Hello people, I'm the Real Comic Book Gamer. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Rogue One DLC that just came out for Star Wars Battlefront. So let's get into it, starting off with a new Infiltration game mode. This is a multi-stage game mode, a lot like the game mode that's introduced in Death Star, the Battle Stations game mode. It's 3 stages. The first one is in space, to where the Rebels' objective is to get this U-Wing through this shield portal to Scarif, and the goal of the Empire is to stop them from doing that. It's to destroy the U-Wings before they can get in there. Now, this game works as, well, this stage works to where, like, the more times the Rebels fail, the more U-Wings they get, and I think it's like a max of 3 U-Wings, so that way, you know, it's a more of a chance of the Rebels to get there. This part is frustrating to me. Like, it's just annoying. Obviously, I'm not a huge fan of flying in the game. I never really have been, but in Battle Station, I like both the flying maps. Like, it got a little tedious after doing it for the millionth time, but I liked both the flying maps. In this, the map looks pretty, but I'm not a fan of the way it plays, because there's nothing really to block anything, because there's pretty much just debris and that's it. So you're just constantly getting locked onto, and it can get really annoying. But yeah, this wave just isn't very fun to me. Now, the second wave is the best wave of this entire game mode, in my opinion. I love it. It's where the Rebels' goal is to go and plant explosives on one of 2 ships and just get it to successfully explode. Obviously, as the Empire, your goal is to go and defuse that explosive or to stop them from planting the explosive altogether. This mode, this wave is a little hectic. It's a lot of fun. It's very team-oriented. You have to have a team that's willing to play the objective to hold down both the ships and make sure the Rebels cannot successfully get a charge to explode on the ship. I love this wave. It's so much fun. And during this wave, the Empire gets Director Krennic, their hero, which I'll go into the heroes a bit later. Now, the objective of the third wave is for the Rebels to get 1 of 3 data packs to the ship to extract it off the planet, and obviously as the Empire, your goal is to stop them from doing that. So this wave really sucks to me because it's very Rebel side. Like, it's fun, but it's at the same time way too fast occasionally, because the Rebels will just get it there so fast because it's so easy for the Rebels. Because they have 3 data packs that can be anywhere on the map. Yes, they all have to go to the same location, but they can take any route they want, and you have to stop them. So say, like, you're just one person, and obviously teams aren't very coordinated, so this really sucks to have to stop these Rebels from doing this, because it's so excited for the Rebels. I can just, if 3 people just pop personal shields and grab these things and get close to the objective, you're doomed. There's like nothing you can do. It's way too Rebel sided, and not only is it already Rebel sided, but also they get their hero Jyn Erso during this mode, so that really sucks. So Jyn is constantly killing you while you're trying to stop these 3 different people from getting the data packs to the ship. Way too Rebel sided. The second wave works well because you only have 2 objectives, and they're both set in stone. So they're both, what I mean by that is the fact that they're both in the same area. You know exactly where to go to defend. To where this, you can't just sit at the ship and wait for the data packs to get there. You have to stop them before they get there, because if they get there, then it's just a bunch of Rebels coming straight to where that data packs drop and killing you, picking it up, and taking it to the ship. It's stupid. I don't like the way the third wave is. It definitely needs a fix. They should make it to where you have to get like 2 of the 3 data packs there, not just 1. Having 1 there really, really sucks. It's not good at all, and that kind of ruins Infiltration for me. Like, which really sucks, because the maps in this DLC are really good, and the game mode with a few tweaks could be really good. But Infiltration overall, not that great of a game mode, which was disappointing, because all the game modes prior in the DLCs, like that they added with each one, I love Sabotage on the Best DLC. Extraction in the first Outer Rim DLC was great, and Battle Station was a lot of fun for me. Just, you know, just the oversaturation of Battle Station was what got me a little bit sick of it, because it was like one of the only game modes on that playlist. But overall, I really like Battle Station as a game mode, to where this Infiltration is probably like my least favorite game mode on the playlist, besides obviously Fighter Squadron. But anyways, that's my thoughts on the Infiltration game mode. It's, with a few tweaks, could be a great game mode, but right now, not that fun of a game mode. So yeah, moving on to the maps. There are 4 maps to this DLC. You got the 1 space map, then you got the beach map, landing pad 13, and the Scarif jungle map, which I think are all great maps. They're a ton of fun besides the space one. Like I said, not a fan of the design of it. It looks awesome, very pretty map, but it doesn't play very well. The beach is my favorite out of all the maps, but they're all the land ones are really good and a ton of fun, and definitely switch things up both scenery wise and the way they play. And I love playing Walker Assault on these. Like, Walker Assault to me is made for this, and I really wish it would have been like the central focus of this, considering the fact that in the trailers, like the biggest part, like the best part of most of the trailers is the part where, you know, it's the walkers walking in the water and you see all the rebels running around them like scared to death. And so I really think Walker Assault would have worked out as the focus for this, and it is my favorite game mode in this playlist. Like, the way it plays on these maps is fantastic. It's like they were made for Walker Assault. It's so much fun. Sadly though, Walker Assault does not come up very much in the playlist. Like, I've hardly ever get it coming up in the playlist unless I specifically search for it. When I just go and just go randomly in the Scarif playlist and I play a few games, I almost never get Walker Assault. But when I just go and I search specifically for it, I can occasionally find some games. But yeah, Walker Assault, amazing. The maps are fantastic and made for Walker Assault, it feels like. Now let's talk about the heroes. Like every DLC, with this DLC we got two more heroes. We got Director Krennic and Jyn Erso. Director Krennic is fun. He's not my favorite hero. He's a really good support player. He's basically the Leia of the Imperial side. He's good. He's definitely a solid pick for if you're playing heroes versus villains. But if you're just trying to like rack up kills or something, not too great there. He's good for holding down an objective like an uplink on Walker Assault or something like that, because he's got one of his abilities is the fact that he can put down this R2 unit that will pop a shield and also disperse gas if anyone gets near you, and it's not gas that'll hurt Krennic, which is really nice. And yeah, he's great for the support type player role. His other abilities are he's got Armor Breaker, which is this one shot then has to be reloaded. Also, that's a unique thing about him. He's got a revolver that has to be reloaded manually, not like with the other guns where they overheat. This one actually, you know, has rounds that need to be reloaded, so that's interesting about him. But yeah, his Armor Breaker ability gives him just one shot and then he has to reload, and it's to where it's a special ammunition to where it hits someone, it does more damage, like it'll kill a normal person in one shot. But it also, if you hit a hero with it, it'll make them take more damage because it lowers their armor, because that's the new system that they add into the game, which is armor. So yeah, that's interesting. And also it's a huge hitbox. Since it's just one shot, it makes it to where it's easier to hit people instead of having to be pinpoint accurate with it. And his third ability is to where he puts this like sort of aura out on the ground where if you're within a certain amount of him, your armor gets boosted. And also his trait is he gets more armor the more people that are around him, which is different than most heroes, because most heroes' trait level goes up the more kills they get. So this is a way to emphasize the fact that he is very much a support player. Now on to Jyn. Jyn is one of my favorite heroes to play as. My god, she is so much fun to just run around and destroy. I wouldn't say she's OP, but she is definitely powerful, and she does a good bit of damage. And her third ability is so much fun. So her abilities are, she's got this baton that she can just beat people with, and you can get up to 9 uses with it. You start out with 3, and it's to where the more damage you do or more kills you get, the more uses you get. So that way, that means you can spam them, because if you don't like have any uses, if you use all of them, it takes a bit, then it'll recharge and you get 1. And then you use it, takes a bit, recharges, and you get 1. But if you get more kills or do more damage, then it builds up. And I love it. It's so much. They might have to nerf it against heroes. Right now I think it works fine against infantry because it just one-shots them, which is fine. It just means don't get close to Jyn. But against heroes, I think it might do a bit too much damage, because I saw Director Krennic on the Battlefront, not the battlefield, when I went to when I was playing Walker Assault, and I had all 9 of my uses. I just went and beat him to death. It was so easy. I just went in and just beat him to death. It was so much fun, so satisfying. But they might need to nerf that bit. Also, her trait is what I was just talking about, how the more kills she gets, the more uses of, I believe it's called her Truncheon charge. It's the ability where she beats everyone with a stick. The more charges she gets with that is the more kills you get, so that's her trait. And yeah, her second ability is this flash grenade that also does a little bit of damage and makes this really cool noise. The sound is so awesome. Like, the sound design's great all over Battlefront. DICE nailed it, and with this new grenade, it sounds so cool when it goes off, and it looks really awesome. It looks like the charges that Jango Fett lets off when Obi-Wan's chasing him in Attack of the Clones. But anyways, yeah, Jyn is one of my favorite heroes to play as. I love her style. Her playstyle is so much fun. Just Jyn is maybe my favorite out of the DLC heroes. Like, her or Greedo, I'd say. She's just, like, they nailed the way Jyn plays. So much fun. But yeah, the maps overall are great. The game modes that they include in this playlist, for the most part, are pretty great. Besides Fighter Squadron, that's all, really preference. Same, well, all of this is preference. But anyways, Infiltration definitely needs a balance tweak. Wave 2 Rebel side right now and can go over really quickly. All depends on the team you have. But for the most part, I'd say this DLC is really fun. Like Turning Point and Walker Assault are worth it alone. I love playing Turning Point and Walker Assault on these maps, but Blast is a ton of fun on these maps as well. The heroes are pretty great, and yeah, I'd say this DLC is one of the best for Battlefront. It's up there with Bespin and Outer Rim DLC. Bespin's still my favorite of the DLCs, but this one is a lot of fun as well. And yeah, if you like Battlefront and you want more content for it, I would say this is definitely worth the purchase. If you were like holding off for it, I would say it's definitely worth it. It's not like to where Death Star last month, I wouldn't have said it was worth it. Now Death Star might be, because they added more game modes. They had cargo and droid run. But this right now, definitely worth it, especially because I'm pretty sure they will balance Infiltration, because DICE has a habit of listening to the community, so I really hope they balance it. If they do, this will definitely be a fantastic DLC, and right now it's a lot of fun. So yeah, those are my thoughts on it. Please let me know in the comments below if you've been playing this Rogue One Scarif DLC. What are your thoughts on it? And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.